So, yeah, connecting to live video. Okay, looks like we're up and live. Now we just need to share this to a few groups, then we are ready to go. Just give me a sec. Okay, just getting some early setup done. Okay, share to a group. The ones missing out on that one are the Philippines group and MTG, Magic Arena MTG. So let's just share to there, then we should be quite ready to begin. And yeah, here we go. Let's also check. Oh yeah, chat box, alert box should be on. I think I left that off as okay. Now we are ready to go. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today we are let's look. Okay, so far so good. So today we are going to be checking in. We're going to be doing our first premier draft of Crimson Vow. We'll see how well we'll see what we learn about this format. This is going to be our very first crack on this thing. Frank Castle. Oh, hey, long time no see. Actually, no, first time to see you around here. We usually meet and chat. I'll kind of post them in the other group. Hey, Jericho Ilagan. Also, thank you for liking the stream. Wishing everyone another great week ahead. Middle of November, so we're almost close to the end of the year. Hoping that things turn out pretty well. I'm gonna just So and the nice thing about the new draft format is that everyone is raring to go. Almost everyone. There's one. Come on. Oh, okay. There's always that one guy, but one guy, one gal. Come see, come saw. It's possible that okay, that's a little bit of weirdness here. I thought we're gonna get right going right away, but looks like we're gonna be waiting out quite a little bit. Also, oh wait, also one thing to note also that they are hiding information. Right now it's filled seats, but we should be seeing that we should not be able to see who we're passing to and whatnot. We should not be getting that information. Yep. Okay. Actually, yeah, rebuilding the queue. I'm actually concerned also because the past few days there have been some bugs, so yeah, correct. You should not be seeing names anymore, especially because the next upcoming draft event and the next upcoming arena event is Arena Open is going to be draft. So being able to know or not know is a big deal. That said, it looks like this draft is super bomb heavy. So opening up with streaming this AM soon. It is. Well, first I'm going to take Olivia Crimson Vow. Any ideas behind the anonymity? It's for the Arena Open. That's pretty much what they said. Okay, so because removal is hard to come by these days, we are gonna definitely take Olivia Crimson Bride. It does put us in the color with the most removal, so that's certain. Yep, we're also probably gonna take Rending Flame along that route as well. Wedding Security is fine, just a bit on the expensive side, and you actually need to have payoffs. Gift of Fangs, Daybreak Combatants. We got a few good stuff coming back. We're at least we're assuming that we're getting the Weary Prisoner back, which is not too bad. Yeah, Olivia is always a big bum. She got us killed in that last draft. Yeah. So streaming first draft of Crimson Vow. It is actually evening here. Yeah, sometimes that's how things go. I guess also by having it hidden, well, kind of hidden. Everyone being Nicol Bolas is a bit on the scary part. So what? We did take Rending Flame as removal. It looks like we're more incentivized to continue going in plain red. Although none of these cards are exciting. Actually, none of these cards are considerably good. I might just take the Wolf Strike because that's kind of removal. We could end up going into green-red wolves and we could just splash black for Olivia. That's a possibility. At least green is an option there. Yeah, not like there's point in discussion. That's fine, but that's the thing. We can't take fine. We have to actually take what cards that are good. So we're gonna speculate on this one. We're not exactly losing anything here. And with that speculation, wow, looks like white is the one getting the good cards this time. But okay, could we go red, white, black? Because if not, Blood Crazed Socialite is an option. Fearful Villager is an option if we go red, green, black. Valorous Stance is definitely a good option if you want to go red, white, black. All of these are kind of forgettable. We'll take the Valorous Stance. Most like the Wolf Strike's probably not going to make the cut this time. Yeah, so we are actually changing it up a bit. As Olivia is the big bomb, we pretty much taking a few extra removal colors for now and see what other good stuff we hit along the way. That's pretty much the early plan. Can't exactly take... Otherwise, I'm not so sure what we can follow up here. Yeah, they just show Nikki B all around. Okay, looks like all the packs are starting to pile up here. I'm actually hoping that people are... that most of the bugs have been fixed already. Okay. White not so great here, but still an option. Green is kind of still an option, although Lightning Wolf feels really bad. Well, it's Valorant Epicure, not so great either. Daybreak Combatant is fine. It's better than Lightning Wolf if you, for the time being. This actually fits better if we go red-white. Lightning Wolf fits better if we go red-green. I think I take the Daybreak Combatants for now. The two white cards, not so great. And if any, we at least settle on the red, so we can then figure out if we go white or we go green later. But we are getting quite a few wolves, so that is some... It's probably better than Frenzied Devil. We are getting quite a few wolves along the line here, so... price 4 back wolf. I guess we cut the white this time. We are getting past a few white cards, but only because those are the cards that I'm not exactly... Yeah, this one's interesting, but we do have a Weaver of Blossoms to actually help us splash for Olivia, so that is a plan. So we are going to be primary red-green, splashing a little bit of splashing black for Olivia. So, Olivia doesn't exactly need blood tokens, so we're kind of okay with that. We at least get 2 pieces of removal to go with, and go with some of our wolves. Could use a few more wolves. I'm expecting to at least get the prisoner back. Like, nobody really wants to. Then again, at least because the price of removal, a 2/6 defender is actually gonna break a lot of cards. Like, it's mostly black is the only one that's gonna get away with it. Well, I guess green also with the right combat tricks. Okay, packs are starting to pour in. Looks like everything's solid here. And the worst case scenario, we did get a nice... We get a very nice mythic here. Okay, Rural Recruit, okay, Falcon Rat Celebrants or Rural Recruit. The Rural Recruit is more for the green-white plan. The Falcon Rat Celebrants having Menace and giving us blood tokens is a plan also. I might prefer the 4/4 with Evasion over the 1/1/3/1 because we don't have any sacrifice outlets. Okay, having a Ridge Wolf is good here too. So we have an early plan. We are definitely going to be on red-green wolves. So we have a bit of a direction. We're going to be on the lookout for more Weaver of Blossoms. The Heirloom is a good one. Evolving Wilds, at least 1 copy is fine. So we do have to look out for a few of these cards. We might also want to be on the lookout for removal, specifically the 6 mana. I would like the 4 mana one as well. Yeah, we got the Weary Prisoner back. I think I prefer having a Prisoner over the Honored Heirloom for now, so we'll take that first. We also kind of want to look for cheaper werewolves as well, so that if we can set up night, dropping this guy's a big deal. Yeah, getting some black cards back, but these are not the cards you want to splash with. We'll take the Bloody Betrayal. And the festivities, sure. Not so sure how much we're gonna run it, but it's still something. Shield, that's a very late Shield Grave. I'll give it that. So we decent haul. I wouldn't say it's very solid. We even got a Lightning Wolf late. And okay, nice wolf, but with nice werewolf, but we have to take the braid here. It's a very early piece of removal. We're giving up a patchwork crawler, but nothing too, not exactly the bombiest. I wouldn't call this a bomb at all. So we're kind of hoping one of the green cards or come back. We might end up getting Witch's Web, which is Cloak Cadet is a way to draw some cards again. Apprentice Sharpshooter is actually very good early. It will grow reasonably well. Edgar's Awakening is actually quite solid here. I'm actually tempted to take this if only to discard, if only just have the option to discard and draw again. Otherwise, I'm just going to take Flourishing Hunter, which is actually quite good as well. So my choice is between Edgar's Awakening and Flourishing Hunter. I'm probably gonna take the Hunter only because this is double black if we're going for the main plan. We're not exactly running blood tokens here. Cloak Cadet is an option as well. Yeah, it's just a bit on the late side, that's why. Okay, Blood Hypnotist can't block. You may sacrifice one or more blood tokens. Whenever you sacrifice one or more. So we're actually probably going to be green main here. So we have a choice between Spiked Ripsaw, which is very good if not expensive, or another Wolf Strike, which is removal. Probably won't. I'm not so sure if we're getting this back. I'm definitely sure we're not getting this back. So we're gonna take the Wolf Strike here. So our removal count is a Braid, Rending Flame, 2 Wolf Strikes. Could be better. Well, we got okay. That's better. We have another Rending Flame. Unfortunately, we're passing an Evolving Wilds for this, but we will go along that line. So we got about 5 pieces of removal. Pretty decent, if I say so myself. Cartographer Survey, that will help us hit our black mana if we can. We might need to prioritize creatures though. Like a Spore Crawler is fine. Lampholt, Rank Contour. We do have quite. It's a 2/4 that becomes a 4/4. We need cheaper ones though. We'll take the Spore Crawler for now. The Cartographer Survey, the problem is it's not. If it were the old style where you just search for 2 basic lands, it's really good. But you can miss with you can miss with Cartographer Survey. That's kind of the one thing that kills it. Definitely taking the Reckless Impulse. We could use some card draw here. Actually, we have to do a double check. Yeah, we're main red, which is actually good. So kind of slightly regretting the Flourishing Hunter a bit, but the main red plan is working out pretty well. Yeah, so thanks for liking, thanks for following, everyone. Okay, we're gonna see. Actually, my early suspicions is that blue might once again be one of the more powerful colors. Okay, we're taking the packs. Let's do a wolf count. 6. I think we can get more wolves over time. So we're definitely taking the Pack Song Pup. It's another green card, so that's a concern. It's also possible that that when we get to the third pack, we might be able to just prioritize more green cards and we can start cutting some of these red cards out. Or at least we can lean it that way, which does make Olivia awkward, but... Oh yeah, also because this is the first these are the these are the first drafts. It's safe to assume everyone's rare drafting. I was okay passing that blue rare because it's just plain horrible. Lunar Rejection, aim for the head. Yeah, blue is actually being slept on right now. Another Flourishing Hunter or a Moldgraph Millipede. I think I take the Flourishing Hunter. It's just a 1 mana difference, and we're not a mill deck. Okay, we got another Weary Prisoner, which might be a better... Yeah, I'm gonna speculate on this other Weary Prisoner. Okay, Sure Strike, Massive Might. We'll take the Sure Strike here. Yeah, so we're still kind of leaning towards green. Red, sorry. I guess we can keep the Bloody Betrayal. The Reckless Impulse is fine. Double... The Lightning Wolves are weird. So are the Daybreak Combatants if we take those. Yeah, we actually have enough humans that I think I should not have taken... Okay, but we do have to give ourselves options in case we start... We're probably not going to run this guy though. We have to give ourselves options to see if we end up running more green or more... Unfortunately, the Hero's Downfall is not in our colors. The Hullbreaker Horror... We have to take this one if we're planning to win. But that means whoever we're passing to is going to jump for joy at getting this one. Just won my second win in the draft. Bot to watch you now. Take your time. No need to rush on that one. But we're definitely taking the Rune Bound Wolf. We have no idea who we're passing to, but you are so lucky if you're in blue. Well, we got a Stormcarved Coast. We got a Toxic Scorpion, but I'm not too inclined to take that. I guess we'll take the rare this time. Now I feel bad for not being in blue. There is a Sawblade Singer. This is probably one of the better 4-drops here. Just on the random off chance our opponents in zombies. The other option is Honored Heirloom. Probably not gonna... We'll take the Sawblade Singer for now. So we should do a sanity check on our... Because we have to also do a sanity check on keeping Olivia, if it's a good idea or not. Hey, Kyle Braxton, you made it. Well, you did say that you were playing it early in the morning, so... Yeah, so as you can see here, we are kind of solidly in red-green. Whether it's good remains to be seen. But we do have a bit of a shot here. Magma Pummeler, if damage should be dealt, it's expensive. There's a Snarling Wolf, which is probably better. Another Sure Strike is an option. Blood Petal Celebrant, it just converts to a blood token. Though the First Strike is relevant here, I might actually just take her. We probably will start cutting creatures though. Looking for replacements for the Daybreak Combatants. I'm only taking Audric because there's nothing else that's good here. Also means we got at least our 3 rares, so we kind of made it up for it in this pack. But okay, so 7 wolves, 3 werewolves. Okay, so we can buff that pack song pup. Also have to do a human count. 7 humans, so Dawnheart Disciple is actually good. There's an argument for Dormant Grove. I'll take it just to have an option. I'm not that high on the Dawnheart human for now. Got a Belligerent Guest. Also a Fearful Villager. We are missing the one werewolf that makes Toxic Scorpion really good, so that's kind of been hesitant in taking it. Yeah, we'll just take this one. We can start cutting some of the combatants. We'll cut both of them one for now. Got a Hookland Mariner. We're gonna cut the other Daybreak Combatants. We probably should also make some cuts on our 4-drops. Like the Rural Recruit is probably a not so great one. There's the Bramble Armor, which was really bad the first time around. Not so sure if it's better this time. I wouldn't miss either, so just take the... Not exactly gonna miss either. There is actually an argument now for just cutting Olivia, though she is a... Though she is a bomb. If they don't kill her immediately before attacks, she is a 2-for-1. Yeah, probably should not have taken it. This is gonna be our third weary prisoner. We probably don't want that many. I guess we can cut one of them prisoners here, or we could just cut the lightning wolf. We'll take an honored heirloom this time. We'll see if we can find a place to fit it. Most likely... yeah, we'll have to do a sanity check on our creatures. Falcon Rat Celebrants, pretty much in here just for the evasion. I think this is our third Sure Strike. No, this will be our second. Let's just take it. It's unfortunate that we did not get the green-black land. That would have made our sideboarding a lot better. As it is, I'm probably gonna just run one swamp and the heirloom if I can't. And if I can't run it, I can't run it, so be it. That's just gonna how it goes. Yeah, so yeah, drafting here. Hey, so this is Christopher. Yep, this is a premier draft. Christopher Retros. Yeah, this is good fortune. Well, we actually passed a few other rares, so it's actually good that are actually pretty bomby. So I guess the misfortune is just not being in the right slot. Though it's really hard to say what's in the right slot when you open up. Though I would notice that blue and white are being slept on, so that is something to note. We are gonna fit the heirloom just to have, so that I can cut one swamp, go to one mountain. I really don't like the 8-7, so I'm gonna cut one Flourishing Hunter. So let's go 9-6-2. Then we probably cut the Lightning Wolf. That's 11 wolves, so... or do we cut the human? We can also cut the Bloody Betrayal, but it's nice to have an extra... we have 9, so probably cut a non-creature spell. We can't cut... the Reckless Impulse is card draw. Sure Strike is a combat trick. Bloody Betrayal's a Bloody Betrayal. We got removal, mana... I'm willing to keep the Sure Strike because we are quite creature heavy. It's an argument for cutting the Bloody Betrayal. Because Bloody Betrayal is good if you're winning. It's really horrible if you're losing. Though you might be able to steal a win out of nowhere depending on the board situation, but... it's tough. I'll cut the Bloody Betrayal for now, but there is an argument for putting it in. So we're gonna hope that this one pans out well. At least we should get some early confirmation. And we don't exactly have a wolf sleeve, but we do... oh wait, we do have a wolf sleeve. There we go. Draft blue has plenty flyers. Yeah, actually I noticed some of them being passed around as well. We kind of missed the boat on that one. It's starting to look like not blue white because oddly enough a lot of the spirits with disturb don't have flying natively. And the other half is an aura, it's not a spirit, so there's that thing. Actually, so, but blue-white still has a good quantity of flyers. Blue-black is kind of the way to, also a decent way to go if you need flyers. Oh, wow. If I keep this hand, I am gambling that our opponent is super slow. But we have all our colors. The bad news is our opponent's going first. I'm gonna try to keep it, but this is a really bad gamble. I hate white meta. Wait. By white meta, are you referring to mono white or just... okay. I'm gonna play the Paxong Pup because our opponent doesn't seem to be removal heavy. Well, that could change. We have a Sporeback Wolf, so we kind of drew our way out of it. Oakshade Stalker. So we can grow the little doggo, which is good news. Our opponent might be quite aggressive into humans, so we will take the hit. We need to draw some of our removal, which would be nice. This fights a target zombie. Opponent doesn't have zombies. They do have flyers. We should also try to go for trades here because we know we have an Olivia coming down. Our opponent might also, well, if they get to spend removal, that is also a plan as well. You really just pulled the one lonely swamp. Actually, there are 2 swamps in the deck, but yeah, actually, it's actually the one reason why I was so hesitant in mulling it, because we happen to have it. Okay, they have the kill spell. Wolf Strike. Gain life. Well, kind of wish we... I can swing with the Lightning Wolf, encourage a trade, and just... There's a chance our opponent does not trade. If our opponent trades, I'm happy with it because Olivia comes down next. And so that's Olivia into Lightning Wolf, which is a plan. Ooh, opponent's gonna start growing stuff. The Heron of Hope growing is gonna be an issue. So is the life... Oh wait, they're gonna grow the Dawnheart Disciple? I'm okay with that too, actually. Our opponent could also just choose to hold back, which would be annoying for Olivia because we would need extra... Also, opponent has 2... That's fine. The life gain is going to be obnoxious. Well, there's our second swamp. Oh, we also need to keep Olivia alive at all costs. So if they can kill Olivia, we lose the Lightning Wolf, which is, yeah, the downside. I don't think they have it quite yet. They're gonna start pumping Heron of Hope, I suppose. We'll see if they get greedy and start swinging. No, they did not get greedy. Unfortunately, our mana is an issue now. Which also means I have to actually swing with just Lightning Wolf. Because it's not safe to swing it, because it's not safe to swing here. As much as I'd like to get the Sawblade Stinger, if our opponent just manages to kill this one, it's over. They could have the white spell that they just have to cast the cleave cost and then we lose the Lightning Wolf also. That's gonna be a big feel bad. But sometimes that's how it goes. Can't... Yeah. Oh wow, we're just flooding. Our opponent's about to flip this one too. Yeah, we just flooded out really badly there. So sometimes there's the misfortune there. And the Lightning Wolf is not going to do much. We need to hit removal. That's the big caveat here. Sheltering Bows. Okay, so the bright side is our opponent is not incentivized to swing at us either until they hit that removal spell. It's a Garden Paladin. Oh wow. Well, oh, and they're gonna keep this down, so we're not gonna see us. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. Target opponent. So we kind of have an out. Our opponent is now in... Our opponent is now though they're gonna gain a lot of life. That's the caveat. We can only ding them for so much. Yeah, we... Ravenous Chupacabra... Yeah, Ravenous Chupacabra, Necrotal... Skyclave Apparition would have been... Actually, would have been really solid here. But yeah, our opponent was able to catch up while we just brick land after land. Okay, opponent does flip it, so that's the last of those counters. However, this is a 6/6 trample. They might have a combat trick, but I am willing to just throw these two in front. Just to get this out of the way. Yeah, but this is an issue. If we can't hit removal for any of these, we are in trouble. Yeah, Olivia was a bomb, but unfortunately our opponent was able to build their own bomb. Not looking so great for us. Actually, it's looking like black is probably the best color. We just didn't happen to stumble into that. So, we have no choice. If they have a combat trick, so be it. I'd rather get it out of the way. Also, the problem is because Gnarled Growth Striver gives this guy Vigilance, I can't swing with this at all until I can get rid of it. Massive. We'll see the next card, but it's a good chance it's another land, so... Yeah, it's probably over. It actually does improve the chances for green-white because removal is so piss poor. No. There is no way you're winning if you draw land after land after land. But sometimes that's how it goes. Yeah. It is what it is. It might also mean that I'm running the risk of not hitting platinum the end of this month. Let's see if there are ways we can improve that matchup. Well, one is draw your removal, but let's see if we can improve that. Let's see how we can improve that. Sure Strike would have been a good one. We actually have that there. The Fearful yeah, we need to hit villagers. We need to hit wolves early, and we need to hit a good amount of them. Honored Heirloom doesn't quite draw us cards. Sawblade Singer's fine. Falcon Rat's fine. There's an argument for I guess. Yeah, what? How do we improve this deck? That's a question. We have our own Dormant Grove. I guess we can run that, but I will have to cut something, like... I like to keep the Honored Heirloom. Sawblade Singer is probably a decent cut. But it's nice to have a few 4s. I guess we can cut one Weary Prisoner. That's the weak link. Although it does get really good if you can hit up top. Maybe cut the Lightning Wolf, go Weary Prisoner. The problem with Weary Prisoner is that you're expecting your opponent to cooperate and not cast spells. I guess we can do a 1-in-1. Yeah, just some light changes. Not so sure if we... I guess the mistake is that we needed to draw into... Well, we could have drafted more card draw. We had another chance... the card that exiles 2, we had a chance to get another one of those. We chose not to. I need to review what did I take instead of that, and why am I suffering now for it? Yeah, sometimes that's the case. And speaking of cases of suffering, we have 2 wolves, so we have an early start. I'm willing to keep this one because we have 2 wolves into a tree. We do need 2 running lands. We don't need them. Well, we kind of need them right away. Well, there's an upgrade, so at least we have something to do. That's probably the advantage of having early cards. But I'll admit, this is still a sketchy hand. Back song pup. This feels really bad, but I don't want to trade the Ridge Wolf either. If I had played the Sporeback Wolf first, that probably would have been a better play. But now we need to actually draw lands. Otherwise, we're in real trouble. Also, this guy's gonna buff the next thing. Militia Rallier. Okay, we did hit the land. We're gonna save the Rending Flame though, so we're gonna play the Pack Song Pup. Starts growing that. We can swing with the Hungry Ridge Wolf, see if our opponent blocks. If our opponent does not block, that's good. If our opponent blocks, then we have something to consider. It does make these weaker because you need to have actual creep. First, well, Shield Basher. This is big enough that we need to make it. Yeah, because especially our opponent's gonna next drop the Drogskull Infantry on top of it. I guess I could have waited for our opponent to do that. Alluring Suitor. Okay, we hit the Wolf Strike, but we probably want to do something else first. Let's drop Lightning Bolt. So drawing our removal is good, though we did draw a lot of our removal. We only have a few pieces left, so we need to be careful. First, Shield Basher. Okay. Our opponent could... Okay, I was concerned our opponent might have a Sure Strike. Thankfully, they did not. The Alluring Suitor... Well, our opponent can stack the enchantment on top of Alluring Suitor. Militia Rallier into the enchantment. Okay. It does mean we can swing with Pack Song Pup because that's just gonna grow. Sawblade Singer only hits artifacts. I guess the correct play is to drop the Weary Prisoner so that we can give ourselves an opportunity to swing tonight. Yeah, next turn we can just decide between casting the Sporeback Wolf or the Sawblade Singer. They could have by invitation only. Okay. Gives us an excuse to start dropping more cards, I guess. Now, it also looks like our opponent's stuck too. So, that's a good draw. So, Sporeback Crawler... Spore Crawler, Sporeback Wolf. Threatening Lethal. And opponent concedes. They ran out of gas. Woo! That was close. That was legitimately scary. We were literally duking it out removal to removal. Pack Song Pup, very good early drop, but it does need a bit of support. We actually did the right thing trade. I think it's more like our opponent made the mistake on trading some of the cards. I think they were better off actually taking early damage and building up a board first. They would have been able to make better. They would have been able to make better trades down the line, I guess. Though we did draw enough removal that we could have also ruined those trades, so it's hard to say. Yeah, that was definitely a good game. Spore Crawlers. Yeah, it's thematic. They both it works. Though there's a question. Well, this is awkward. We have one piece of removal, but we need a creature to help with the second piece. I'm willing to keep this one, but this is super sketchy. Yeah, we need and we need an additional mana to get this down. Though we do have the Dormant Growth to kind of help. Yeah, I'm already starting to regret this one. I would probably prefer another creature over this right now. Good news is our opponent is slowing down a bit. So turn 3, if our opponent drops creature, which they most likely will, Spore Crawler. I do not feel well, we'll wait. I don't feel incentivized to nuke that one when I can drop something else. I feel more incentivized to nuke the next card. Oh, opponent did not. Opponent missed their land drop. Interesting. So we'll play. We'll play the Lightning Wolf first. We'll see what our opponent has. They might have their own Sure Strike, so that would be a bit bad. Oh, they are really stuck. Okay. Well, so are we right now. We can swing with this and just play a Sporeback Wolf, I guess. They could also be... If they have removed the removal, I want them to cast it now. Let's just get it out of the way. Now, this one I'm willing to trade. Okay, they hit their third color. So, but they did well. We also lost a few land drops as well. Now they're going wide. We hit a Reckless Impulse, which we could use to hit the land. It's a disaster if we don't. Let's see if they go for the mass block. We can kind of ruin things with the... Oh, they're not. They're just taking it. Okay. We'll probably play the Weaver of Blossoms first. Just to ensure our mana. Yeah, we need to play it safe. We need to ensure our mana a bit. Our opponent might have a kill spell though, so... Wolf can outcast... Oh, we can kill that. We'll actually take the 6. Okay, we hit the Weary Prisoner, but I think the correct play is... Hold on. The correct play is Reckless Impulse first. Yeah, we hit the land. We're actually going to hold the Spore Wolf back now. So we actually get the Sure Strike for next turn, so we have combat tricks on board. We can scare our opponent that way. We also have a 6 drop, so we can just drop Flourishing Hunter, get it over with. We can also run out the we have a lot of options basically. That's one way to put it. There's a fungus among us. Runebound Wolf. Okay, that's fine. I am willing to just trade. Okay, opponent's willing to trade for cards. Yeah, because it looks like they need the cards. That's the issue. I think I can afford to take the hit. Okay, we hit the mana. So... Wait. Let's just play the Weary Prisoner. Let's just mess up their plans. So they know the Sure Strike is a combat trick, so they might have a buff effect, but you know what? We had it, we're gonna use it. Let's see if they have the combat trick in response. The important thing is that the Weary Prisoner can kind of block it. Fierce Retribution, I figured they would have it. So that's fine. We can now block... We can essentially block these guys a bit safely. Though we are at risk of losing... Well, we have to play Flourishing Hunter next turn. That's kind of a given. We can also play Dormant Grove, but... Oh, it hits... It's target opponent. It's not target... Lacerate Flesh. That's fine, actually. So if our opponent swings with everything... Okay, they did not swing with everything, which is very good for us, actually. I'm going to swing with the Sporeback Wolf just to encourage a block. Even if it's with most likely Spore Crawler. Oh, okay. Thank you for giving... Oh yeah, they had to block with both. So ideally, getting rid of any ways going over our head is the correct way. I'm actually tempted to let this flip. Our opponent's actually digging now, so they might end up... If they can't cast anything, it's gonna flip. It won't... I'm probably gonna end up just playing the Dormant Grove. If we hit the land, I definitely will. Oh, he let it slide. Okay, hold on. That should kind of seal the deal. I actually forgot about that. And what do we buy back? That's because this is a 3/4, this is a 4/3. Yeah, let's buy back the 4/3. Opponent needs to have spot removal. They probably do, but they are giving up a lot of cards just to get it to happen. I'm assuming they have another Fierce Retribution. A Braid. Okay, so not quite dead yet, but they are dangerously close. Yep. Okay, could have used the lightning. Well, that I could have done that. The only thing is that okay, the reason for not using the Sure Strike is because the card is gonna get wasted. It's gonna go. It was gonna go away anyway, so I might as well wait. You know what? Let's double check. I might be remembering Light Up the Stage, which is probably a mistake. I think it's Forever in Exile, but you know what? If it let's double check. It's possible I'm remembering it wrong, so you might be correct there, Kyle. Let's double check. Will they... Reckless Impulse until the end of your next turn. Okay, so I was gonna lose that card, so that was okay. Valspawn Spider is a sleeper card in draft. That's the Valspawn Spider. That's the green-blue one, right? Is that the green-blue one that you self-mill, and when you sack, you get a ton of spiders equal to the number of cards in your yard? Or is that the black spider? Hold on. Now I want to take a look at it, but let's get on to our next game. Yeah, okay, correct. Yeah, so it does make sense. It is the signpost it is a signpost card, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so green-blue is looking good in a sense. Well, yeah, creature cards in the graveyard. So if you do play green-blue, well, to be fair, you're not exactly gonna go into it for instants and sorceries. You might go into it for a mulch or two. Drafted the new legendary frog. Oh, how did the frog go? Because the frog has a vulnerability where you need the frog to survive for anything, for it to be worth it. If the frog dies, you lose all the value. So there is a risk there, but so I found a new way of saying hello. So we'll lead on the Hungry Ridge Wolf. So actually we actually drew into our curve. So Ridge Wolf into Blossoms into... We actually also have the option to Rending Flame if it gets to that. I think we will do that. Oh, we got the pup again. I'm suspecting that a lot of people are doing 3-color specials. So far, our opponents has a solid 2-color deck. First, while Shield Basher, so far so good. Being able to have everything you need to answer these early threats are good. So next turn, we probably just drop the Weary Prisoner just to blank any future cards like this. Reckless Impulse. We can wait. We can also, if we draw another land, we can do Weaver into Reckless, but I think I'm more likely to just drop Weary. Oh my gosh, so many cards with the letter W, and I have a hard time pronouncing that. It's a removal magnet. It's perfect. Oh, our opponent having to play that kind of ruins it for it. We need to start getting the Daybound Nightbound going, so I'll lead on Weary Prisoner because this is probably the harder one to remove. Let's see if our opponent has a Fierce Retribution. Actually, by doing this, it scares our opponent into maybe not. Well, they'll do it. Though the correct play is to kill the Paxson Cup before it gets any bigger. But that's fine. 2 wins, 1. First drafted white for Edgar. 2 wins, 1 loss. Okay, that's so far that's pretty good. Wolvenwald Oddity, Trample Haste. If our opponent has another trick, I want them to use it up. Spiked Ripsaw. Okay. So a bit scary there. We can Reckless Impulse. Yeah, this is sorcery speed, unfortunately. I'm tempted to Reckless Impulse and hopefully draw into another land for Weaver. Let's do that and knock on wood that we draw land. Okay, we did. We can also just drop Spore Crawler, I guess. If our opponent decides to equip the Ripsaw, we will just take the 7 damage. I think our opponent can also just 8/8. Nasty. So we will be taking some hits for now. We did hit the Wolf Strike. Oh wait, it's nighttime, right? I apologize to our opponent for doing that. But you started it. Don't come. I drafted green, white, splash, black for Uncle Ed. Wow, everyone's going for Uncle Ed, or I think the official term is Grandpa Ed. But okay, maybe he doesn't want to be. Judged by his age. So yeah, we'll call him Uncle. That's venerable enough, I suppose. Yeah, we managed to get that one. Yeah. Yeah, the odd. Well, here's the thing. If it was still daytime. Oh yeah, I think our opponent also did the good. Yeah, no, I made a I'm mistaken about our opponent. Our opponent went good game because we had enough damage on board, so that didn't matter anyway. So I apologize to the opponent there. I thought you were doing something. I did not realize that it was because you were already then on board, whether I did it or not. I like drum and bass. Yeah, I suppose that my knowledge of music is a bit on the weak side though. Okay, we have a turn 2 into a turn 3 play. Reckless Impulse is probably you definitely want to have at least 2 of these, I suppose. So Ridgewolf into Weaver and into Hookline Mariner. So or like okay, Dawnheart Disciple. Let's see if we can encourage the trade. The scary thing is if our opponent has removal for Weaver, we will need to top deck a land. I'm okay with trading. The fewer cards I have to spend my actual removal, the better. Opponent's also in Jun. They're also going for the mana special. Okay, so we missed the land. Yeah, we have to do it. Opponent did hit their land, so they have a 5 mana special. Lamphold. Okay, not that big. We'll play the Honored Heirloom first. Okay, opponent's just gonna take it. Which I'm fine because we can use the Sure Strike on defense. Opponent is about to hit 6 mana. They might have their Flourishing Hunter. We are 1 mana away from hitting ours. We may also have to Reckless Impulse to draw that missing land. Also, if we do draw the land, we have to decide between Lightning Wolf, Sure Strike, or Flourishing Hunter right away. Opponent's also taking their time making a decision. They definitely have a play. At 6 mana, Hungry Ridge Wolf. That's so sus. So we did not draw the land, so we're technically stuck at 5 mana. Okay, perfect. So we can swing with Hookland Mariner, and if our opponent doesn't force us to use Sure Strike, we can just drop Lightning Wolf. Our opponent might have a way to buff this, I guess. Not too sure. I'll share some music with you sometime eventually. I'll get the feel for what you like. Yeah, please do. I'm actually very curious what your impression of me is. I am very generous with music. I have a very eclectic and a wide range of tastes. I can go from classical to some amount of metal. Not too metal though. They might have a combat trick. But the important thing is to be able to nuke the Hungry Ridge. Oh, it nukes. Oh! We got there. Next turn, we get our Hungry Ridge Wolf back. If our opponent doesn't do anything to Weaver of Blossoms or the Honored Heirloom. Yeah, wow. I think it's also possible our opponent might be quite flooded, which would explain. Maybe it's either they're flooded or their connection is a bit on the odd side. So let's just Bramble Worm. So you hit this. Wait, is this a zombie? No, it's just a worm. So we are forced to cast this one. It's use it or lose it. So we might as well use it. It has reach, so we're not gonna use it. Pay attention to these little symbols. It's a worm, but they could still get you from there. We will take the 7. Apprentice Sharpshooter, so Let's see if they have a combat. Oh, what's this? Exile from your graveyard, you gain life. Okay. Do they have another trick? After this, I'm probably playing Spore Crawler. It has Trample, which is annoying. But the plan is to just be able to start drawing some cards. I'm gonna hold this back just in case. Our opponent might trade Weaver for the Hungry Ridge Wolf, but that feels like really bad. Oh, they could have a plummet style trick. That would be annoying, but well, that'd be okay. Probably not if they're still blocking. Or is there a way for us to? Oh, they're just taking it. Oh, they might have removal. That's why. Okay, just play the Spore Crawler. So, worst case scenario, we at least can chump block this. We need to keep these two alive though until we draw more lands so that we can at least kind of catch up. If they have a combat trick, I might chump with the Spore Crawler just to draw into another card. Them have safety draw is not bad. Also, if our opponent has a way to... I will force them to have the combat trick. I'm pretty sure they do. I have to force them to have it. Massive Might. Okay. It does draw us a card. Paxong Pup's fine. We probably will be playing the Flourishing Hunter though. Sawblade Singer. No zombies. Oh, they nuke our Honored Heirloom. Now we need to draw land. We did draw land, so good news. We're gonna play the Hookland Mariner. Force our opponent to block with the Sawblade Singer. That minimizes the number of cards I have to worry about. Yes. Our mana base is actually quite dangerous there, so we have to be a little bit more careful. Opponent should also be giving up on Weaver. Well, it does flip into a 3/4, but they already have all the mana in the world, so to speak. Although they did need all this mana to cast Brambleworm. If they're keeping this alive, that probably means... Oh, they're not. Okay. Well, still undecided. Okay, he's taking it. Oddly enough, if they can't end... They... Trading it. Do they have a way to get it back? It's possible. Oh, they're flooded. Put the safety counter on there. Get back, we can also get back the Hook Hand, but we're getting back the Flourishing Hunter to be safe because that's a lot of life gain. Yeah, Olivia keeps bringing them back. Because there's no corruption at it's not decayed. It's a big deal here. So they're gaining the 5 life back, but wow, they're down to their last 2 cards. Also, I'm gonna flip it. Also, I'm gonna flip this now just to limit the amount of mana they have, just in case. Cause this is the only one that benefits. Yep, we got there. Woo! I have eccentric taste, don't much like country, more jazz. That's fine. Country. Yeah, my country's a bit of has a bit of a range. Not exactly modern. I guess my light country is John Denver, and my more serious country is Johnny Cash. Jazz, drum and bass. If I were to describe my taste in jazz, it would be more along the lines of let's see. It would be more along the lines of Cowboy Bebop and Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, if I'm remembering the name correctly, at least. Cash is cool. Yeah, Cash always cool. He did have some struggles. I guess that is what made him very relatable. He was actually both the Man in Black and the Man in White. If you know some of the stuff he's written. Yeah, really do appreciate him. Check out old school Robotech and Voltron. Here we did not. No, we kind of got Robotech, but I think at that time we got the really weird. Wait, what? Who am I kidding? We got the really weird dubbing no matter where we were. Okay, so. These are the hands that scare me, where I have plays, but I need to draw the land of the other color. And red is my dominant one, so there is the argument that I can. Well, actually, the thing is, this is really my only real play. This is my only real removal. That's mulligan. Okay, this is better. We can keep 6. We can, in fact, bin the Falcon Rat Celebrants for now and hope we don't draw into too many lands. Opponent leaving off on Evolving Wilds. That's quite good. Yeah. Dead Leaves. I'll have to look into that. Anime here in the Philippines, it was a very strange time, at least back in those days when we got anime. Ours was the time when we had Voltron. We also had Voltus 5. We had those. We also had a bit of. We had the really good ones like Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm trying to remember the ones that actually made it on air, because we did have a bit of censorship. There is no way we're getting Ranma 1/2 in the Philippines, for example. Well, we have a Rending Flame as backup. Okay, Sporeback Wolf is also fine too, actually. It's actually good because it allows us to force our opponent to spend another. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. It's on our turn. Well, we'll take the hit. There's no rush anyway, though. We have to remember that this gives that we could get killed easily if we're not careful with our life total. And this is whenever you sacrifice, so we really need to hold up Rending Flame. Or we can just play Saw Blade Singer. The Wedding Invitation is still a danger, but we kind of have to take that risk. But we got most of the early good stuff from Clamp. Magic Knight, Ray Earth, Cardcaptor, Sakura. Those were good. We also got Mazinger Z. A little bit closer, we can take the hit for now because we can just sit back. Our opponent used up their blood token too, so that's a thing. Actually incentivizes us not to kill the Blood Petal Celebrant. But we have to remember our opponent could get random lifelink out of nowhere. Yeah, the Dying to Serve. It fits this deck. Also, we have to be careful with our toughness. Like, we can only kill X5s. Can't do anything about that. They can start cracking these, but we have to Rending Flame as backup. Unfortunately, we are flooding. Let's see how... Oh, opponent's letting it go. I suspect what our opponent's going to do is they're going to crack it now and use it on the swing back. Or they're afraid to do it because... Oh, no, they're not afraid. That means they... Yep, they have a land. It's only triggers once each turn, so they only... it's ETB tapped. Okay, that makes more sense. Also a nice effect that the text blacks out when it's done. We are actually really needing to decide on whether... Hopefully you can hit another piece of removal. Hitting Olivia is actually fine-ish. As first strike as long as it's attacking. So if we attack into it, it does not. So we might end up trading, but it gives us our opponent another blood token. So we need to hold the Rending Flame back up. The issue is our opponent is about to get enough zombies to overwhelm us. Okay, we kind of survived there. We'll see what our opponent does here. There's another blood token, that's fine. Now our opponent could just have a flat kill spell for this, but the important thing is we gained the life back, so we have a bigger life cushion. This would be really annoying with the 113, but never mind that. Wow. Opponent does have the removal for it. Token ETB's tapped. I don't think they're racing anymore. I think they want to hold back to at least block the Sawblade Stinger. We can kind of mess them up that way. If they want to race, we technically still can race on. Also note that the Wedding Invitation... Yeah, the reason I'm doing that is because yeah, there might be an art. No, because the thing is, if we were to swing this, the concern is if our opponent has something really big, but at 5 mana, not quite. Wedding Security. We'll see if they swing first. They probably don't. Yeah, they've been stuck on mana for a while, so that's to our benefit. Also, with no vampires, lifelink is not an option. Let's see if we hit anything. We actually have enough mana that if we do hit Olivia, we actually get there. Oh my goodness. And there we go. That's how you win. Though that's okay. Admittedly brutal, but okay. I'm actually feeling a little bit more confident now. But okay. My concerns are still. I do have the legit concern that yeah, you really want to have a showcase bomb in your draft. You want to have some bomb that can wreck your opponent from out of nowhere. Something of that level. Otherwise, then from there you want to have what's the term for it? Mythic uncommon. And I, in fact, I think this is not. This is a mythic, like a chase common. It's similar to the Dreadhound in back in Midnight Hunt. This one not quite up there, but the 6/6 for 6 that can get you out of trouble. Is still pretty solid there. And you still want to have a good stack of removal at least. So that is the game plan at least. Yeah, love Ranma 1/2. Yeah, funny enough, I was introduced to Ranma 1/2. Let's see. I was introduced to both Ranma 1/2 and Neon Genesis Evangelion in Canada when I was there visiting. Okay, so we have two of our colors. We have a Spore Crawler and a Wolf Strike. Our opponent already took a mulligan, so I'm more incentivized to keep this one. There is a good chance that we get punished for this. So slightly punished, but not too punished because we have a 3 into a 4 play. And turn 3 into a turn 4 play. Phrasing. Non-creature, non-land card. So this is a very good way to dig up threats. So ideally we play... Oh, they whiffed. I'm gonna play the Fearful Villager first because we don't need to card draw that much and we want to be able to start the day-night cycle in case the Wolf Strike becomes relevant. Ooh, like that. Oh, this has Menace, so I can swing, but more importantly... Now, here's the gamble. Hopefully, they don't have a response. They do have a response, do they? And it's an easy response. It could be any form of removal, so... Syncopate. Okay, that's not too bad. We are still getting hit by a lot in the air, so that's an issue. Wow. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. A showcase mythic. So we're gonna take 6, and we could possibly die next turn. I can Reckless Impulse now, hope for something. Yeah, the Syncopate was quite unfortunate. The other thing I could have done is I could have waited for them to cast something. Yeah, that's good game. We kind of got blown out there really quickly. But you know what? That is pretty much the concerning line here. Like, you're just a rare away from, you're just a mythic away from losing the game. So that, I guess we could have played that differently. We could have waited for our opponent to cast something first because it looked like our opponent was getting stuck on mana. So what we could have done is just swing, let it flip, let them cast something first because they would get a bit greedy on that one. Then we could snipe the dragon. Then we could snipe the dragon in the process. So that one's on us. We got too antsy about it. We could have waited for the. We could have waited because it was a... Oh man, this is probably how we lose. This is definitely not keepable under any counts like 4, 5, 6, 6. No. This is acceptable. We are gonna keep... I'm thinking of just some... Oh wow. What do we put in the bottom? Honored Probably the Honored Heirloom. But it's so risky. Like, there's also an argument for putting the Weaver in the bottom instead. But, yeah, Weaver is a problem if it gets killed. Honored Heirloom's is also a problem as well. Anyway, so turn 3 Weaver Blossoms. Against this color, we are running a risk. I should not have kept this one on top. That Daybreak Combatants. I will trade. They probably will not trade. Oh no, they will trade. Because it doesn't make sense to play it that early. Yeah, now we have to play this and hope our opponent does not have removal. If they have removal, we need to hit red ASAP. Otherwise, this is how we lose. With thunderous applause. Nope, Weary Prisoner, so we still have our mana. We have to cast something. And I need to decide between Lightning Wolf and Reckless Impulse. Let's do the Reckless Impulse. Hey, we hit it. So we actually can get Olivia next turn. So that's our rush tech. We also have Rending Flame in hand as needed. Our opponent might also just choose to skip because, well, they have a Weary Prisoner already. That's pretty solid. No, Fearful Villager. They're going for it. So mana efficiency dictates we have to snipe this now. If they have a 1 mana trick, what 1 mana trick in green is it? No, that's a good question. What 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Now that was a bit reckless. I'll be honest. But we're gonna actually no, it's not. We could have waited on this and waited to drop something bigger, but we can get some advantage now. So yeah, we get that back, and in fact, our opponent can block it, but it doesn't die. So we're kind of fine with that. Now our opponent could have removal for Olivia, so that becomes a concern. But then our mana is finally live. So we managed to dig our way out of that. Interesting note is that we have Sure Strike as an option. Our opponent could even choose to, yeah, nope. They're going all in on the prisoners. So it's our incentive to cast something. We have to force our opponent to cast nothing. Though next turn we can actually just swing with the Lightning Wolf with Sure Strike back up. I actually also want to play the Sawblade Slinger too. I keep saying Singer. Into the Night. Discard that any number of cards, then draw. Okay. They want to tussle. Okay, discarded a few. They are in need of lands. They might swing. Well, actually, they have to swing. They have no choice. Blocking with a Sporeback Wolf is not bad because we can just always we can always get it back. Now we are incentive. Oh, opponent cast 2 spells, so that locks it down again. I'm gonna hold the Wolf Strike back. We're just getting back this little wolf. There is an argument for not casting this, but our opponent's not exactly in the board wipe color, so we're kind of good on that one. Yeah. Okay, so now this is the real part. And there, I think it's also possible our opponent might have been stuck with a bunch of cards that had 2 red mana symbols. Though if that was the case, they should not have given up their. They should not have given that up their mana wolf. Well, so next game is definitely our last. It's either we win this one 7-0 or close, but not close. But no cigar, not close enough. That said, I am very appreciative of everyone who was watching, everyone who tuned in, everyone who liked, dropped a comment. So before all this over, Kyle Braxton, Jericho Elagan. Let's see, I'm missing someone. Frank Castle, thank you for following. I also believe Chris. Okay, I can't seem to find your comments. I know you commented. Something's weird. I'm gonna have to look back. I'm gonna have to replay the video. I know I am missing someone, and I apologize to you if you're still here and I'm the one I'm missing you. I miss you too. Yeah. Come on. Reply. I like that. It's on YouTube. Yeah, replies tend to get buried also. Did our our opponent mulled once. Okay, so that's what I saw. So at least we have a Rending Flame option. So get that. So turn Ragged Recluse. Always have a threat down first, if only to just be able to use Rending Flame as a weapon as guess. That's fine. Our opponent will be able to flip this one, so that's an issue. Oh wait. Nope, opponent's smart, just taking it. Yeah, missing our land drops is going to be an issue here. Though, as long as our opponent can't cast 2 spells, we're gonna wait to see if our opponent does anything else, because this is a syncopate for 1. Oh, it's at end step, so Falcon Rat Forebear can't block. Let's see if our opponent swings. Yeah, let's mess that up. Ooh, we had. Now we know the Forebear can't block, so that's the good news. I'm also gonna upgrade now because basically taking advantage of our opponent being tapped out and out of blood. Now they can get it back with the right cards. There is 2 mana sorcery that will give them 2 blood tokens. Skulking Killer. We dodged that, and we finally hit our mana. So now our opponent. We're gonna see if we can get our opponent to. Nope, opponent is just taking it slow. So we're gonna just play Lightning Wolf here. Finally build up our board a little bit. Yeah, we kind of dodged that one. Okay, got our double wolf strike, so Let's see if they do have a counter. That's fine, because it just means they trade. That's actually a horrible block. Our opponent could start discarding cards. Yep. So the Spectral Binding is going to be relevant. Especially now that our... Wait, that our opponent just cast one spell. That said, you're still swinging. Let's see if our opponent... Okay, opponent doesn't... We're the ones with the blood tokens. Opponent is... Wait, this is at the beginning of each end step. Hold on. Because this one's going to kill this one. This one will not be able to kill this. Oh wait, it can. Hold on. It's the beginning of each end step, so this will die. And he will get a slug from it. That's a problem. Yeah, as you can see, power mythic. So now we need to hit our... Well, we're gonna lose a creature eventually. If we can hit for Flourishing Hunter, it... Oh, they have the Edgar's Awakening too. This is gonna be a big gamble. Our opponent's not gonna even swing into this, so we're gonna lose this. We're gonna not lose this one quite yet. We'll draw a card. Yeah, because this one is actually not so relevant anymore. Yeah. We're gonna discard the Wolf Strike because it's not too relevant in this case anymore since our opponent's not blocking. So I will need... Okay. We hit the mana for this. It's a shame we didn't hit the mana for Olivia because my plan would have been to... Okay, Paxong Pup's not gonna quite do it. This just buys us a bit of time. And more importantly, if we can get that, if we can get this one to die when we hit our black mana, then we're good. Also of note that it is filling up our yard, so we have an option there. So Paxong Pup's not gonna quite go, so but our opponent is gonna keep gaining. Well, at least it's only gain life, it's not drained. Scab. From your graveyard, thank goodness. So, not... Let's see if our opponent goes greedy. This becomes an X4, so slightly annoying. Yeah, we have to take the hit. We might just discard the Paxong Pup. Score back Wolf, not quite gonna do it. Yeah, because this will die before it even if it gets the counter. Actually, just discard the Sporeback Wolf. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. We now have to swing with this one. In fact, we kind of wanted to... Even if it just gets chump block, it's still worth something. But yeah, this is... Yeah, we're in the era where if you can't kill certain... Okay. Oh wait, it's a +1/+1 in slime counter, so Chill to the grave. So we're taking 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, I think our opponent holds something back. Yeah, okay, we get these tokens. Yeah, that one's insects into Zergling Rush. Yeah, unfortunately, this one turned out to be a big disappointment. Yes, I wouldn't say too big, but it's already highlighting my one complaint about this format. Too many the mega mythics were not that mega back then because they were not that mega because the removal was cheap. Like we had Defenestrate, that was very cheap. We had Eaten Alive, can be cheap, can be a bit pricey if you need be. Olivia's Midnight Ambush was very cheap, especially in the right circumstances. Oh, I just highlighted all the black ones. But the bounce was also very cheap. Fading Hope, Geist Wave. Well, it's unfortunate that's what we ran into, but I can't complain. Converting 10k into 1800 gems and quite a few packs, solid. I will take that. That's quite acceptable. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Also nice to get rare wild cards. I'm still figuring out. Okay, Voice of the Blessed. No, it's fine, but yeah, it's another card for life gain, which I feel like life gain as a deck does not really need more encouragement. The best one is still technically the mono white one, but my issue is that it promotes a lot of really bad gameplay lessons. Like we have so many people playing decks that don't have any sort of response, like no way to respond to your opponent's strategy. And the first thing they do is complain that they can't beat Book of Exalted Deeds. Well, gee, whose fault is that? I must ask. Anyway, that's another issue. So pretty decent for this draft. We're good to go. Again, thank you very much to Kyle Braxton, Jericho Ilagan. I think someone else likes. I'm really gonna double check. I need to make sure I'm not missing anyone. So yeah, because I saw Chris someone a while ago. I just couldn't locate the comments. Unfortunately, Kyle Braxton, Jericho Ilagan, and Christopher Retos. There you go. I knew I couldn't. I knew you dropped some comments. I knew you. I knew, but I just couldn't find the comments again anymore. That said, I still remembered you. Also, thank you to Frank Castle for following. That said, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much. And as always, take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you guys are. Have a great week, everyone, and actually have a great rest of the year. Take care.